Take the sheep up to the hill where there's lots of green grass for them to eat, Dad said. And don't forget, in the nearby forest lives a big wolf that loves to eat sheep. Always be careful to watch the sheep. I'll be careful, promised Nicholas. Sometimes in the large forest, it became difficult for the big wolf to catch something to eat. When that happened, he took a chance to capture his favorite meal, a sheep. Nicholas always had to be careful that the wolf did not attack his sheep. I know watching sheep is important, Nicholas said to himself, but it gets so boring. What can I do? Nicholas picked up a stone and tossed it towards a tree. That's a lot more fun than just sitting here watching sheep. Nicholas spent hours throwing stones against trees and boulders. Nicholas grew tired of throwing stones. I'm bored, he whined. What else can I do? He sat under a shade tree and thought and thought. Suddenly an idea flashed through his mind. He jumped up and exclaimed, I'll make a slingshot. That should be lots of fun. Nicholas took some leather strips he had and made a slingshot. Then Nicholas picked up stones and tossed them with his slingshot against trees and boulders. That's a lot more fun than just throwing stones, he said. But soon his arm became tired. Nicholas sat down and wondered, what else can I do? Throwing stones with a slingshot also gets boring. Nicholas thought and thought. Suddenly, he jumped up and exclaimed, I've got a great idea to have a little fun. I'll wave my hat and yell, Wolf, wolf! Then the townspeople will race up the hill to help me. Nicholas let out a loud laugh. It will be so funny to see people running, slipping, and falling as they dash up the hill. Without thinking any further, Nicholas jumped on a rock, waved his hat, and cried as loud as he could, Wolf! Wolf! The words of wolf, wolf echoed throughout the town. Farmers harvesting their wheat dropped their sickles. Women stopped their washing. Store owners left what they were doing, and home builders threw down their tools. Everyone in town raced up the hill. Nicholas hid behind a large boulder and laughed as he watched the townspeople slip, slide, and fall as they raced up the hill. This is so funny. The townspeople, armed with sticks and stones, arrived breathless. As they glanced around looking for the wolf, they asked, Where's the wolf? Nicholas hid his grin and lied. The wolf ran into the forest when he saw you coming. Some of the men and women began to wonder when they saw the sheep so calm. Where did the wolf come from? Asked the man. Nicholas pointed and said, Right by that boulder. Some men and women walked to the boulder and saw no wolf tracks. One of the women came to him and said, Let me warn you, if you're playing tricks on us, we won't come to help you. His dad also warned him, Nicholas, I hope you're not lying. I'm not lying, Nicholas insisted. As the townspeople left, they began talking among themselves. There was no wolf, a farmer said. The sheep are much too calm. Nicholas is lying. A woman added, We didn't see any wolf tracks either. I'm not helping him anymore, a farmer said. Me either, said a store owner. I don't know, said a woman. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt. Nicholas continued to watch the sheep. Day after day, he used his slingshot to toss stones at trees and rocks. Oh, he groaned. This gets so boring. What else can I do? But whenever Nicholas thought about the townspeople running up the hill, slipping and falling, he laughed and laughed. That was the funniest thing I ever saw. One day, Nicholas became so bored that without thinking any further, he jumped on a rock and yelled as loud as he could, "Wolf! Wolf!" When the townspeople heard "Wolf! Wolf!" they stopped what they were doing and listened. Many of them said, "That's Nicholas yelling, 'Wolf! Wolf!' He's probably playing a trick again." Others replied, "We know it's Nicholas, but maybe a wolf is attacking his sheep this time. We're going to help him." Some of the townspeople ran up the hill to help Nicholas. As Nicholas watched the men and women run up the hill, he laughed so hard that he had to hold his stomach. "This is so funny." But this time, when the townspeople ran up the hill, they looked around to see if there was a wolf. Instead of seeing a wolf, they saw Nicholas peeking from behind a rock and laughing. When the townspeople saw him laughing, they were furious. An angry man said, "There's no wolf. We saw you laughing." A woman yelled, "Why did you call us when there was no wolf?" Nicholas, seeing he could not hide what he did, snickered. "I was bored, so I decided to have a little fun." "It wasn't fun for us," said a man, shaking his finger at him. "Now we know you're a liar and can never be trusted. You'll never see us again." Then Mom came and scolded him. "Don't ever do that again. That's lying. When you become known as a liar, how can anyone trust you?" "I was just having a little fun," whimpered Nicholas. "To you it was fun," Dad said, "but not to the townspeople. They're furious. They stopped what they were doing to help you. To them, you're a liar who can never be trusted. Don't ever do that again." But Nicholas was not listening. He was mad. When Dad and Mom left, he kicked a stone and grumbled, "Why is everyone so mad at me? Can't they take a little joke? Why does everyone take everything so seriously and lecture me about lying?" Then one day, while watching his sheep, Nicholas heard rustling of leaves coming from the forest. "I wonder what that is," he said to himself. He quickly stopped what he was doing, turned around and stared into the forest. "What's that I see?" he said, trembling. "Oh no!" Nicholas cried. "It's a big wolf! He's coming to attack my sheep! I need to call for help!" Nicholas jumped on a boulder, frantically waved his hat and screamed as loud as he could, "Wolf! Wolf! There's really a wolf! I'm not lying! Please, come and help me save my sheep!" The hungry wolf dashed towards the sheep. Nicholas kept waving his hat and screaming as loud as he could, "Wolf! Wolf! It's not a joke! A wolf is attacking my sheep! Please, come and help me save my sheep!" When the townspeople heard Nicholas screaming for help, they continued working. "That's Nicholas," they said. "He's a liar and can't be trusted. We're not going to help him." Nicholas's parents happened to be away shopping, so they did not know what was going on. As Nicholas watched, the wolf dragged his favorite lamb into the forest. Nicholas began to cry. "Oh, why didn't I listen? Why was I so foolish? Why did I lie?" When Dad and Mom came home and heard Nicholas had cried wolf again, they immediately went up the hill to see him. When Nicholas saw Dad and Mom coming, he ran to meet them. "I'm so sorry for being foolish and lying," he cried. "I promise I'll never lie again. Please forgive me." "We forgive you," said Dad and Mom. When the townspeople held a meeting, Nicholas stood up and said to them, "I'm very, very sorry for lying. Please forgive me. From now on, I'll always tell the truth." "You're forgiven," the townspeople shouted. After the meeting, some of them came to Nicholas. One of them said, "We admire you for having the humility and courage to tell us, 'I am sorry.'" True to his word, Nicholas from then on became known as one who could always be trusted.